record this. Thanks, Shan. The top movers and shakers in Herbalife Australia. And the beauty of that is I'm going to go through the qualifications for that because there's so much on. I'm going to go through the quals for that in a minute. So make sure we're all endeavouring to qualify and really smashing it out, guys, if you didn't get that early bird, because just hanging around these people, sometimes that can be your event. Seriously, when I first went to my first Adelaide, we were staying in a little crappy backpackers. It was 42 degrees every day. There was no aircon in this backpackers. It was like just up the road. It was the cheapest thing we could find because we had no money. And the night when we walked into our backpackers, and seriously, it was hotter than outside. And we're like, we got to go to a pub or something. So we went to the pub that was across the road to have a beer. It was me, Rowan, and another guy called Chris Glett, who went world team, but he's no longer in the business. Who else was standing across the road? We didn't know who he was. We just knew it was Damien Powley, who's a President's Team member from New Zealand, but he wasn't at that stage. He was just doing cuts at President's Team. He was kind of in and out of cuts. He was doing like a couple and then dropping the third and stuff like that. And we ran into him, and literally we could have went home without going to the event. So that's how important these qualifiers evenings are, because we just kind of hung out, and he was like, hey, we were like, come to dinner with us. Like, we'll buy you dinner just to train us. And he did, and it was so amazing, guys. And that's the type of experience Shannon and Meg have now qualified for, and you guys can all qualify for as well. So make sure we're really trying to smash that out. We also had, and another shout out to Meg as well. She done 22,500 volume points from her vacay quals, because she qualified active world team as well, which is baby press team. So big shout out to Meg. That was crazy. And the vacay I'm going to cover as well. That's in Queenstown. It looks incredible. And Lisa Duffy, who done a cut a get team, smashed a cut a get team actually as well. So 2 more to go for Lise. We're going to have a new qualified global expansion team member in Australia at Albury Lifestyle Centre, which is even better. And we're really pumped about that. So just a little bit of recognition to cap us off. We're on fire, guys. As a team, we're literally doubling our business overall in Australia every month for the last 2 months. So we went 10,000 as a total to 22, and now we're up to 36. And this month we're going to do probably more like 50. I would have thought. So we've got serious momentum, and that's really, really important. And I'm going to show you how we cap off on that right now, because, there's ways to really fuel your business in Herbalife. And if you can master the art of promotion and promoting events, it's going to lead you like that. You can make money retailing and you can make money recruiting. But if you can master the art of promotion, you'll make a fortune. And it's really, really important that you guys have a really good grip on the qualifications. So I'm going to share my screen right now. I'm going to show you guys what's actually happening and what you can use so you guys have your head around to grow your business. Yeah? Because we're really, and hopefully this isn't news to a lot of you. Oh dear. Hopefully I'll save this, otherwise it's going to be a disaster. Yes, we're in luck. How do I do this? All right, you guys see that all right? Yeah, see it? Cool. So this one's called the Kickstart Your Business. It's really just the CR7 fitness pack for mine. And it's an amazing promo. It's going to be able to hold your promo, and people can still do their first cut of this, guys. It hasn't finished. You just have to do 3 months in a row. Being December, your last cut will be November, October. So we still got heaps of time for this, but smash it out as early as possible. What you need to do is take your July baseline, which means whatever you personally purchase, PPV, be on your Herbalife. If you don't know, just ask. And do 3 months in a row over that, you'll qualify. So for example, if you weren't registered in the business in July, if you do 3 months in a row of 200 personally purchased volume points, which means you are eating 2 healthy breakfast packs, you qualify for this promotion. It's really, really simple, yeah? if you done 200 personally purchased volume points in July, you would need 400. It's just a plus 200. It's not plus 200 on every month. It's literally if you go, if you've done 200 personally purchased volume points in July, if you've done 3 months after that, like it says here, August, September, October, at 400 personally purchased volume points, you qualify for this exclusive Ronaldo Fitness Bundle. So not only is this good for your members, it's good for your clients. Most people's clients will need 200 personally purchased volume points. You know, that's them just reordering within the month, really. So it's a good thing that it's a really good carrot to dangle. And I know with you guys, if you guys look through all your VIPs and all your clients and all your members and all your supervisors, some of you don't have any yet, but that's cool. If you got them all to do this promotion, your volume would grow and your check would grow. So it's a really good promotion to be putting to your clients. I just want to kind of whiz over this stuff just so you guys get your head around this, yeah? And then we've got the blender. And this is old school, the blender. This has been around for a long time. They've made a few tweaks to it. And to be honest, the tweaks they've made wouldn't really matter because one of them is you have to actually start qualifying for this within your first 3 months. And for mine, if you're not qualifying for it after your first 90 days of actually registering in the business, you're probably not gonna. So it doesn't matter. So the other tweak they made is you can't use the downline level component. So if you don't know what that means within this qualification, it doesn't matter. You just got to do 500 volume points yourself. Yeah, so it's got to be through your ID basically. 3 months in a row and you get the blender on your top right. More importantly, this is called the Member Activation Program. And when it ties into your vacay quals, if you can recruit people and show them how to do this, and it ties into your vacay and they do their 3 months of this and go supervisor, or they do 1 month of this but finish the qual and go supervisor, it doesn't matter if they qualify early, you'll get 2,000 bonus vacay points because we want everyone on the vacay. That is Kelly. Yeah. So, for example, I'll give you an example from here. Bobby and Matt done supervisor last month, but they done a cut of this. So if this month they do 500 personally purchased volume points, and then next month they do the same, A, they get a blender, but B, Kelly gets 2,000 bonus vacay points. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you qualify within the period. So, and what I know is if you get people to do this, guys, using their member activation list that we have, and if you don't have that, get back to your sponsor, that will set them up for success. They will do this if they complete that list within a time frame that's condensed. Yeah, so it's really, really important that we take people through this, but realistically, if someone's serious about the business, they can't not do this. Yeah. So find some business builders, which is our promo that I'm going to talk about at the end. But then we've got LDA Spectacular. If you guys are on this call, you're considered leaders. And as leaders, I would be buying your ticket for this. There's a few different reasons. Number one, it will change your life. And that's the main reason. When I went to this, I was still 50-50 on not really 50-50, kind of like just knowing what Herbalife had, but not really investing myself into it, if that makes sense. And then I went to Adelaide Spectacular, and it totally re-scrambled my circuits. And there's been so many stories, people on this call right now who went to Adelaide Spectacular with one mindset and come out the other side of it with a totally different mindset, and their business have exploded as a result because in Herbalife, there's a lot of things that are the same. Marketing plan, products, the system's the same. We all use the same system. That doesn't change. What changes is you. So if you can work on you, this is a minor investment in yourself. People spend thousands and thousands of dollars going to Tony Robbins, Eric Thomas, all these personal development things to get better. Companies invest millions of dollars into growing and personal development, growing their staff. And this is you investing in yourself in a minor form. It's 300. Like I think I went from the Gold Coast to here in my first spectacular on a budget of $350. I literally took Formula One to eat. So you can do it, guys, if you're serious. And obviously now, well, we stay wherever we want in Adelaide. To be honest, there's not too many expensive options. But that's the difference. Yeah, it's the want. And I'm so grateful for the late Gary DeBrabney's Chairman's Club, and he's the one who pitched it to me. And he said, I said, I don't have the money to go. And he said, well, that's why you should. Right? So, and I said, well, that makes sense. Okay, I'm going. And this was the guy that was making $500,000 to $1 million a month. Yeah, so who am I to argue with someone doing that in a business vehicle that I'm actually in? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying to you. All of our promotions within our team, like the stuff I'm showing you is Herbalife stuff, but all of our promotions within our team will have a Adelaide Spectacular ticket component. You can't qualify for anything unless you get this, because I'm not rewarding people who aren't serious. And if you're serious, you'll be at this event. So we're really, really obviously serious about you guys getting the Spectacular, because I know what it will do for you. So lock this in. Start looking at tickets now. You can literally get Tiger tickets for $30 for two. But this is what Megan Shannon qualified for, that top component of the exclusive qualifiers evening, which is still open to all of you guys. A lot of you guys done a chunk of that. Everyone here can do this, even if you're just qualified supervisor. You've just got to do 3 consecutive months. So it's not even capped. Yeah, so the last month can be January, December, November. Yeah, but I wouldn't be leaving your run to December because it's always a bit quieter for some reason. VIP seating is open to everyone as well. Yeah, I know Belinda's done a third of that. Megan and Shannon have done a third of that as well. Some of you guys had really good months last month, and you've done a large chunk of it. So let's just keep the momentum going using the promotions we've seen earlier, and you'll all be sitting up the front. I'm telling you, VIP seating is the best. It's better than the press team seating. You get couches, tables, aloe, protein bars, the works. You're really looked after, and they really make it worth having a stretch at. Last year, this qualification was 25,000 volume points. So they've dropped it for you guys, so it's even easier. So guys, to put that in perspective, and it was the same time period, so let's have a crack at that. I know everyone on this call can do it. So just a mindset once again. And this is how, this will be really important to you guys actually doing it. This is another event coming up in November. Christy Walsh is coming to Melbourne. George spoke about it on the last LDA call. Congratulations to the new supervisors. You qualified in August because you qualified for the exclusive evening prior. It's going to be crazy, but anyone who qualifies in October and November, so if you make sure September, October, November, so make sure we're knocking that off before this event and get down to this. It's going to be crazy, but really any supervisor who's doing the business generally does 2.5. So you qualify for the exclusive evening. It's going to be amazing, guys. So Christy's absolutely on fire at the moment. Those guys who are at the World Team School will testify to that. So it's an amazing event to get to. So make sure we're going down for that. I get to go to Brisbane for it because I'm guest speaker, Cal. That'd be crazy. Those guys are so lucky. But we got Christy Walsh here, and she's going to be next level. So make sure we're getting the quals done. Long story short, if you're having a crack at the VIP seating and the exclusive evening, you'll do this as a result. And then we got the vacay. So congrats once again to the guys who've done the double volume month. We have a year to qualify for this. A total volume point is a vacay point for a fully qualified supervisor. So my advice would be, if you're not a supervisor yet, knock that off as quickly as possible. You need 70,000 points in total, and there's so many different ways to get bonus points. So Meg, for example, last month she done over 5,000, so it gave her 10. It's double volume month. And active world team bonus as well. So that was a bonus 10. And then she done 7.5. So it's plus 2,500. So she's literally done nearly a third of the qualification in a month. So it's really possible, guys. And you'll see the member activation program list. That's a blender bonus I just mentioned. Of course, I'm just going to qualify for the press team, but I'm just going to do both because that's just how we roll. But if you can duplicate yourself and go active world team and show someone else how to do it, you'll get a bonus 20,000. I've actually done a video of this in Herbert Family, so have a dig around and find it because I showed you guys exactly how to qualify. So, and what we know is when you're actually duplicating active world team people as well, you actually get stars. And in different lines, you get different stars. You can get one active world team member per line, and you'll get heaps of bonus rewards. It's actually quite crazy how many bonus rewards there are. So, and I've seen them, but they haven't released them, so I can't tell you. But it is crazy, and there's lots of bonus, especially if you're thinking of taking your family along to this. It's at the Hilton in Queenstown, and it is, just Google that when this call finishes, and you'll be, I told Laura that when it was released, my wife, and she Googled it. She goes, you have to qualify. This is amazing type of thing. And I was like, please, of course we're going to qualify. So they dropped the quals. So that's the promo. So there's lots on, guys. Long story short. So get your head around it, because this is how you grow your business. You promote it to your people. Yeah. Oh, hang on, I'll stop sharing my screen. Yeah, cool. Is there? What if you aren't supervisor yet? My advice would be get to supervisor as quickly as possible, and then this stuff starts. Yeah? Yeah? Cool. So, guys, that's what's happening. So there's so much happening. And what I want to show you guys now is the simple methods of how we actually make this happen. And I covered it in Wangaratta for you guys the other night. I cover it for these guys here in Albury all the night. And this is the reason why our centres are growing so rapidly. And it's such a simple concept that I think some people just think it's too easy. Yeah. But we have what's called a funnel system. It's our business flow. All businesses have a flow, and ours is simple. And the reason why it's simple is because simple works. Yeah. And simple duplicates. So more importantly for us, if we keep our systems really simple, when we open up our centres that aren't Wangaratta Lifestyle Centre, who have established leaders, and Albury, but centres where our leaders are still developing, the systems are so simple that everyone can do it. And we can literally open centres all over the world, and it won't matter because it's so simple, right? So this is how it kind of looks. I'm just going to draw on someone's waiver here. Okay, funnel. Can you see it? Looks like a funnel, yeah? It's like an upside down party hat. And up the top, I want you to draw lines in it. And up the top, we got tactic, right? Tactic. What's a tactic? Fit club, shake party, skin parties, health scans, whatever. Whatever you're using to grow your retail. That's a tactic. So many different ways. Road shows, I think I might have said that. Sponsoring footy clubs. What's another one, Kelly?
Next year. Netball club.
Netball club. Don't know what that means. There's so many different ways. And I'm sure you guys know what you like to do. And that's the main thing. Just do what you like would be my advice with tactics. Because if you're doing something you're passionate about, it's going to come easy. And the invitation, more importantly, will come easy. Because you can run the best fit club in the world and not be inviting into it, and it will have 2 people. And that won't change until you start inviting into it. Yeah? Simple thing, but that's the reason why some teams in Herbalife have success and some don't, because they don't have an invitation-based culture. So goes tactic, and then what we do is find those ways to funnel people into the open houses or some type of way where they're checking out the opportunity, the testimonials are getting heard, the business is getting talked about, and you're not doing the talking. So you're putting people in front of your sponsor, you're putting people in front of our open house webinar, you're putting people in front of on a 3-way call, you're putting like just some type of thing, especially if it's your friends. Because they won't listen to you. I'm telling you, it's just the way. Why? I don't know. They just don't. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is. So make sure that we're putting people in that environment where they're hearing the stories and hearing about the business, and you're not doing the talking. But because I can guarantee you as well, you haven't actually told them your full story. And when you're invited to, they'll be like, oh, wow, because it's kind of like everyone's like a little bit sheltered or like nearly embarrassed. And it happens all the time. And I'm the same sometimes with my mates. It's exactly the same. You don't want to be talking about that stuff with your friends and stuff, but when you're actually invited to tell your story, you kind of have to, right? So that's going to be the difference. So that's the next stage in your funnel, the open house. And then that's going to lead into some type of major training, which is so business prospects gone and / LDA. So business prospects gone, yes, I want to do the business and I want to learn about it, which is the key, really. Like if they don't want to learn about it, then they're going to have to eventually. So they're going to be in that environment where they're learning and growing and becoming better. And they're in a system that's ran by hopefully people who are doing the business better than us, so we can grow. Because what I never wanted to do, especially when we first started, was cap people to my, spell on the screen, cap people who to my Herbalife ability, because I wasn't that good at it. So what I wanted to do was bring people in and put them in an environment where they could grow and hopefully go past me, because I wasn't silly when I was looking at the marketing plan. I understood that if I found people who were better than me, I would benefit financially. And Quinton was one of those people. Imagine if I had capped him. There would have been 3 outcomes in hindsight. Number 1 is he would have quit. Number 2 is we would have had a massive falling out and wouldn't be talking, like a lot of people and their sponsors in Herbalife. Or number 3 is there's no way he'd be 20K if he was capped to my ability. Yeah, so because I'm not that good. So that they're the 3 outcomes. Yeah, so imagine that would have sucked. So don't manage your business. Just tap them into the system. And if you're worried about one person or one line, you just need more people. Spread your frontline stress. Yeah. Don't just focus on one line, because that will do your head in, and it will always be, this person's not working hard enough, this person's not doing this person's not doing that, or whatever it is. Whereas realistically, when you actually look in the mirror, you just need more people yourself. So that's your next step. Your next step would be Adelaide. So they're at like a national event, and they're every 90 days in Herbalife. Success Summit / Adelaide, or whatever that next 90 days. We just come off the World Team School, that type of event, which is like a couple of days away, just really investing in yourself to learn and grow and take this thing seriously. Yeah. And then the next one's Extravaganza, where we jump on a plane, go to a different country, which is a different experience all again. Yeah. And when people get down the bottom of that funnel, they're herbalized. So that's our business flow. And the only other thing we're missing out of that is what goes in the top of the funnel, and that's invitations. That's numbers. And to the speed at which your business will grow will be the amount of invite. The only thing you can control is the invites. The rest of the stuff is in place. We do the rest of the stuff. We've got it all sorted. Yeah. And if you want to do something different, like skin parties or something like that, then you'll just find your way to do it. And what we know is more numbers, better results. It doesn't matter what you do. If you want to choose road shows as a tactic, for example, do more road shows and you'll get better results. It's just the way it is. But for something like Fit Club, more numbers into the same Fit Club and you'll get a better result. Like Whitney at Myrtleford today, for example, had like 12. I counted on the thing. So that's amazing, right? Like they've done like 3 workouts and they've got 12 people there. Took us like 6 months to break the 12 people mark here. So that's crazy. But what we know is when you get complacent with your numbers, the invites stop. So it's always like for us, always here, like now we're at 30s, 30 to 40. Our next set, like their next target's 50. And then when it's 50, our next target's 60. And then when it's 60, the next target's 70. And how do we do that? Just invite more people more consistently. Yeah, it's the only thing you can control, guys. So make sure that you have those systems in place that are actually invites. And how we do that is the circles plan. So we've all seen it. And if you haven't seen it, get back to your sponsor. But this is like our 90-day plan. This is what we're doing every day, every week, every month, consistently, which is the key. That's if you're writing notes, underline the consistency, because you can do everything for a week, nothing will work. Or you can do everything for consistently and everything will work. Because the Herbalife's just one of those businesses where your volume's always reflected by your workload. It's just the way it is. It's like the truest indicator of anything that I've ever seen. So the circles plan just looks like 4 circles on the top. You're filling in those things that you like to do. And this is just the things that promote your event, Usually we go 2 offline, 2 online, but it's totally up to you how you do it. Things like, there's so many different ways to do it. Just get back to your sponsor, but you could be doing posters, flyers, letterboxes, online ads, Facebook, buy, swap and sales. Like there's so many different ways. Gumtree ads, whatever you want to do. But just make sure you're doing 4 different things. And if you get a couple of leads from each different kind of leg, you're going to be going all right. Putting them into the system and letting the stories do the work. And that's how we do it. And then you just work out what you like doing and you invite into it. What we highly suggest you're really looking for as well is when you're doing these things, we have a kind of like a what's the best way to put it? In regards to our invites, it's retail focused. We want to put people on the products and we want to get people crazy results, but we want to have like a recruiting philosophy because we can retail. I know so many people who are really good retailers in Australia, and they're always on the vacays, which isn't a bad thing, right? They're always on everything, but their royalties don't grow because they don't recruit. If you want to grow a royalty check and get past World Team, you have to recruit a team. So you want to always be looking and always be showing everyone the full menu of what Herbalife has to offer. Because if you're doing that, then people are just going to present themselves to start with, but you want to be planting the seeds as well. Because some people, it'll be just this little stupid thing that's holding them back from actually seeing what we do. They might think that you have to invest thousands of dollars. Like I spoke to a guy today from the UK and he goes, what's the investment? Because he's been like, he thinks he's an entrepreneur and he's like, it's going to be 50K, 100K. And I'm like, dude, it's $30 to get involved. He's like, okay, man. It's just little things, little assumptions that people make that hold them back. And that's why you have to get them in front of other people because they'll knock that out of them. So it's really important that you have that recruiting philosophy because that's what's going to build your royalty check. And with that being said, we've actually got a promo around that to tie into Adelaide as well this month for you guys or for everyone. And I just want you to think within your business now, if you got everyone to bring in 3 people who are looking at the business and wanting to make some extra income and start qualifying for MAP, $500 a month, just $500, what would that do to your business? And if that's qualify for supervisor, that's amazing. Everyone here would level up or do cuts of the next level. So that's what we've done. We've gone, okay, we'll bring in 3 business builders who are just tapped into the system or on the webinars or eating some product or something, going through their map list, and we'll give you a $50 web jet voucher to spend on flights to Adelaide. So make sure you're qualifying for that. But what you can do when you bring in these new members as well, if you really want to supercharge your business, is they bring in their 3 people or you bring in your 3 people, but what if you dangle that promo for them? And then they bring in their 3 people. All of a sudden you've got 12 new people to work with within your business who are generally interested in wanting to grow a business. Imagine how much that's going to supercharge your business. So always be thinking about helping others do the promotions as well. Because if, once again, Zig Ziglar says, you're helping enough people get what they want and you'll get everything you want. So it's such an amazing promo for you guys to supercharge your business. And the only other term to that is you guys get your Adelaide ticket. Like all the promotions we're going to be running in between now and Feb. So that's crazy. And make sure that we're all qualifying for that, right? Just not only will you get $50, but you never know what person on the, I'm looking at the marketing plan here, what person that you recruit this month, when you look back on and reflect on your business, that this promo might have been the promo that actually got you that millionaire team line or that president's team line in 3 to 5 years. Right? So make sure that we're really focused on that. It's exciting. So that's our business flow, guys. It's really simple, right? Everyone can do it, and that's the point. So make sure you understand it. Make sure that there's intent behind all your invites and everything you do as well. In regards to what else we got here? Invites and I've got like a little board written out here, so that's what I'm looking at. Invites and promotions. So once again, promotion, not promotions. There's a big difference between invitations and promotions. For me, an invitation, like if you're not backing that up with like a little bit of promotion, you'll have limited success. If you get really good at promoting, once again, not only the stuff that we just went through earlier, but I'm just talking about people coming to work out. And the only difference between an invite and promoting is you telling people what's in it for them. So if people are like, if you say you should come to the Fit Club, it'll be great. They're like, oh yeah, that'd be cool, yeah. You know, but what's in it for them? If you can connect those dots for people, people will just do what you say. They really will, or they'll stretch for the promotions, let's say, from that Herbalife put on. It's an important skill. You guys really have to kind of get your head around it, because we've got CUDA coming up. Why would someone go sit in front of CUDA? Why? And that's a question you've got to be answering when you invite them. Hey, you mentioned the other day that you were struggling to, or you got a big car service. How about you come and listen to the CUDA, Anthony Koutafidis at Wangaratta Lifestyle Centre on Sunday, and we might be able to help you, earn some extra income that will enable you to pay for your car repayments. Or you just got cut back to part time. How about you come down to Wangaratta Lifestyle Centre on Sunday? Who's that? Nick Zilwood. And how about you come down to Wangaratta Lifestyle Centre on Sunday and find out how we can actually help you, fill that loss of income that you just had, around what you're currently doing. Make sure we're connecting the dots for people, guys. If you can do that, people will just march to your song, I'm telling you. We've also got that. And in Albury, guys, who do you know in Albury? Because we've got our expansion project, really similar to what we did in Wangaratta, with amazing success on last Monday. And we're actually backing that up in Albury. So who do you know in Albury that wants to generate some extra income? Get them down. It's a specialist meeting for people who want to make money. That's the target audience. So you get them in the room and we'll convert them all. I can guarantee you. Or not guarantee you, but pretty good at it. It'll be amazing, guys. So who do you know in Albury? Importantly, start writing that list. Who do we know in Wangaratta and surrounds? Start writing that list. Start getting on the phone and calling people and seeing how they're going. Yeah. It's a little bit of extra effort that will get you amazing results. Amazing results. So I just wanted to cover that, and I wanted to cover invites. And invites for me is like a law of averages thing as well. You're doing one, or you got one guest coming to the meeting and they don't show up. It's pretty normal, to be honest. Or Fit Club, for example. And for you guys who are just starting to invite, you're starting to experience that you'll have 6 people coming and 2 will show up. Or you'll have 2 people coming and 1 will show up. Or you'll have 1 person coming and no one shows up. And that's just the way it is. Your averages will be better when it's people that you know. But if it's people that you don't know and cold market staff, your averages is going to be about 40-50%. So with that being said, how many people do you want going through the system every week, every month, in accordance to your goals? How quickly do you want to go global expansion team and start making 5 to 15 grand a month? You can do 10 new people through the system a month, or you can do 10 new people a week. What's going to yield you better results? 10 a week, of course. That's 40 a month. It's times 4 the effort, or you can have 100 a month. And that's up to you. That's up to how hard you're willing to work. And I'm telling you who will yield the best results, right? It's a law of averages thing. Because in my experience, 10 new guests into the workout, some will come back, some won't, but 5 will become clients. Out of that, you probably get 2 to 3 members, and out of that you get a supervisor from 10. So how many supervisors do you want to pop through a month? That's the other question. And of course, they're not going to all do it in a month, but over a delayed time, you start popping 2 to 3 to 4 a month, and then all of a sudden, your business is going bananas. And what I know is if you have 8 to 12 people in the system, 8 to 12 people in LDA, 8 to 12 people in the SDSs and Super Sunday, 8 to 12 people in Adelaide, you'll be global expansion team within 90 days. If it's the same people and they're consistent and they're serious. 12 people is better. It just spread your average out, but you can do it with 8. You can do it with less if you've got a couple of stars. So that's important to note as well, guys. So write down those numbers because you can literally take them to the bank. And I guess just in closing, guys, we want to talk about a few things. One is ethics and what we do. We've got a lot of new people. We've got the clubs. We've got small communities. So we're going to get cases where people cross over. So I just want to, amongst the leaders, if we're all over this, then it's going to flow through our entire business and we're going to be all good, yeah? So a question we've got to be asking, especially when people approach us about Herbalife, is have you had a conversation about this with Herbalife with anyone else? And if they say no, then go for it. It's fantastic. If they say yes, just ask when. You know, is this conversation happening like literally right now? Has it happened last week? Because if that has happened, I'd be sending them back to that person because they've actually done the work. You know, if it hasn't happened in 90 days, then that person didn't follow up on their leads and they're all yours. Yeah. But it's just going to keep our market clean. And what we don't want is people coming to our centres and having, you know, coaches flock to them like seagulls on chips on the beach, like trying to get the business, right? Because that's what will happen if we're not really clear. So just have that in mind, guys, as well. And that's just 2 questions that you can ask that will solve a whole lot of potential dramas within our centres and friction within our centres. But I'd always be sending them back if they've had a conversation, especially recently. You know, it just kind of, that's just the right thing to do, to be honest. And so that's the ethics I wanted to cover. And secondly, I want to cover within our centres that make sure that when we walk through those doors, that literally a shutter comes down and if you've had a shit day or if there's been negativity happening or you're feeling crap or whatever it is that's happening out there, don't bring that into the space. Just leave it at the door because the bad attitude can infect the whole place, especially if it's a stinking bad attitude. And we don't want to be doing that. You know, that our centres are a place of positivity, positive vibes, great energy. Everyone's getting results. Everyone's having a good time. But we start getting a couple of bad attitude apples in the bunch and just starts to infect everything else. So we just want to keep our attitudes really, really clean. And just in our entire Herbalife business, for me, it's always been a no problem attitude. You know, there's either you've either got wins or lessons within this business. There's no problems. So if something doesn't go right for you, you can sit back and reflect on that and say, well, what happened? Why didn't that go right? What can I learn from this? Okay, let's grow. You know, if something wins, then you can do the same thing, right? Why'd that go right? That was awesome. I'm going to do that again. Yeah? So it's really important. So make sure our attitudes are amazing, especially amongst us again. And then if someone has a stinky attitude, don't be scared to pull them up and say, "Hey, you got to lift here. You're a bit smelly," type of thing. Don't be scared to have those conversations. So, guys, what's the time now? 9:15. So that's it. Does anyone have any questions for tonight, based on what we've said? No, cool. So the promo that I'd be gunning for, guys, that will take care of the majority of what we just went through is our internal one. Because I looked at it and thought, okay, how can people achieve all of this? And literally, if you're bringing in 3 business builders, it's going to take care of all your problems. How do you do that? Obviously, we start filling the top of the funnel via invites, but we're also looking for people who want to make some extra income for themselves. Because you'll be surprised. Everyone here has an income story, and you'd be surprised if it's $500 a month $200 a month, how much that would mean to a lot of people. $500 a month to people, guys, is the difference between people breaking even and going out with their partners, or buying that little pair of shoes that they want, or having some spending money for their kids, or whatever it is. It's that little bit of extra cash, and that appeals to more people than like my story, for example, because they just can't relate. Everyone can relate to $500. Everyone can relate to an extra $1,000 a week. So you guys have the power right now with your stories to impact so many lives. Literally, if the open houses aren't coming up or whatever, just organise a three-way call and we'll chat to them together. I've told a lot of the leaders before that I would be the happiest man on the planet if my day was half an hourly booked with three-way calls with you guys and your prospects. I would literally be like out of my skin with excitement. Like when Whitney gets excited, right? She's like, so guys, that's LDA tonight. Once again, book those people in. Just let me know times, and I'm super pumped for you guys to all smash that qualification. And congrats everyone for qualifying once again. Congrats to all the people that leveled up last month. And extra special congrats to Meg, obviously, who smashed out Active World Team, because that was crazy, and Lisa for go and get it, or not go and get, but doing a cut again, you do get easy. And let's get really focused on what we're trying to do, and let's just start smashing it. Don't want to leave this stuff to the end of the month, guys, because it just gets stressful. So let's punch everything out that we need to do in the first 20 days, and then help our people level up in the last 10. That's always been the business structure that I've followed. So let's do it, guys. Let's go hard, leave nothing in the tank, and we'll all be at that VRP evening in Adelaide enjoying our hard work, or enjoying the rewards of our hard work. Yeah. Cool, guys. Have a good night. Any questions, let me know.